awarding of the degrees of Bachelor of Commerce Honors Co-op, Bachelor of Commerce Co-op, Master of Applied Science, Master of Applied Statistics, Master of Employment Relations, Master of Environmental Science, Master of Health Ethics, Master of Maritime Management, Master of Marine Studies, Master of Applied Ocean Technology, Master of Occupational Health and Safety, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Boreal Ecosystems and Agricultural Sciences, Master of Science, Fisheries Science and Technology, Master of Science Management, Master of Science Medicine, Master of Science Pharmacy, Master of Social Work, and Master of Technology Management. Also at this session, an honorary Doctor of Laws degree will be conferred upon businesswoman and long-serving Memorial Board of Regents Chair Iris Gay Petton. The mace, a symbol of the authority vested in the university, is carried by David Pippy of the Office of the Registrar. Convocation is officially open when the mace is placed on the table in front of the Chancellor as the presiding officer.
Please be seated. Well, it's my happy duty now to declare your convocation open. And we will begin with the land acknowledgement. I would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homeland of the Beothuk and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homeland of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. I would also like to recognize the Inuit of Nunatsiavut and Nunatuhavut and the Innu of Nitassinan and their ancestors as the original people of Labrador. We strive for respectful relationships with all the people of this province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation as we honor this beautiful land together. So now I'm going to call on your president, Dr. Vian Timmins, to address convocation.
Thank you. Chancellor, Chair of the Board of Regents, MHA Paul Pike, members of the Board of Regents, members of the Senate and faculty, members of the graduating class. That's you, all of you, and distinguished guests. Good morning, students. Try that again. Good morning, students. And congratulations. You're going to be hearing that word a lot today, and relish it. Take it in because you deserve it. Welcome as well to your family and friends who are here to celebrate your success with you. Good morning, everyone. Graduates, they did so much better than you. You know that? Well, that's what I am pleased today to welcome a very special guest to this morning's celebration. Iris Petton, who will receive her honorary doctorate. For most of her life, Iris Petton has worked in the industry that has sustained Newfoundland and Labrador for hundreds of years, the fishery, beginning with gutting fish on the wharf in her hometown of Portagrave and ending as Vice President of Ocean Choice International, which she co-founded. In 2013, Iris Petton took on the volunteer position of the chair of the Board of Regents of our university and served until this February, making her the second longest serving chair of the board. Her deep knowledge of the major issues and priorities of Memorial was invaluable. For a career as an entrepreneur and executive, and for her steady helm at the head of the Board of Regents, she's receiving an honorary Doctor of Laws degree today with you, graduates. Another interesting thing you may not know is she hired me. So I'm very happy to see her here today getting an honorary degree, and I'm very appreciative of her chairing the search committee, which offered me this wonderful position. Thank you, Iris. Graduates, it's been a quiet couple of years. So today, I want you to make noise. I want you to cheer. I want laughter, clapping, hoot and holler. I want you to celebrate, and let's have some fun today. You look so solemn. You really do look solemn. Are you nervous? Are you nervous? Some of you? Yes. Well, be nervous and enjoy that feeling too, because it's every feeling you have today is exciting and worth enjoying. Because things do feel a little different this spring. And you know what that feeling is, graduates? It's hope. We are seeing a light at the end of the long COVID tunnel, or at least I hope we are. In every cloud, there's a silver lining, and if we just see it, grab it, and begin to nurture and strengthen it, then I know we have lots to look forward to. Every year, winter gives way to spring, and we welcome tulips and daffodils, lupins and lilacs. In March, Iranians celebrate their new year. They close the door on one chapter of their lives and turn the page to the next chapter with excitement. The Inuit and Nunavut celebrate the Tunic Time Festival, which is a 2-week celebration that marks the return of the sun to the snow-covered north. And May Day, the ancient festival of spring, is celebrated by cultures all around the world. Why do we have all these celebrations? It's because the hope of being able to start new and better is universal. And I like to think Convocation is the start of something new for each and every one of you. You faced what is arguably the greatest societal upheaval of our generation. In the middle of your programs, we sent you home. And I know many of you found that very challenging. But what did you do? You decided to persevere. You knew how important it was to finish your degrees, to keep moving on your educational path, and you did it. This kind of adaptability and commitment is good news for the rest of us. It means you, our leaders of tomorrow, the generation coming up behind us, are ready to face whatever life throws at you, even if you're not even aware of it yourself. You graduates are our greatest accomplishment, and today we honor you. And there are other things to be proud of that Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador has achieved over the past year, so I thought I'd share just a few, mostly with the audience. I know you all know this. I was thrilled when we announced our 6th campus in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, our Labrador campus. I'm thrilled because I grew up in Labrador. And when I grew up, we could not go to university in the place that we loved. It's a leading center of research, education, policy, and outreach by and for the North. And in the fall, we will welcome our first-year nursing and engineering students to its campus. It also helps with donut making. The campus recently hosted a research forum welcoming over 240 people to share research and celebrate Labrador culture, including the first ever virtual Innu donut making class with one of the elders. And if you've ever tasted those donuts, you will never go back to Tim Hortons. We welcomed a record number of students to our campuses this last fall, more than 19,400 enrolled. One of those is Albin Jose Toms, an international student studying engineering who, like many international students, is a born entrepreneur. His pop-up Black Cat Pizzeria is selling out its sourdough pizzas within minutes of them being posted on social media. We also had a record total sponsored research income of, wait for it, $176 million last year. And it's money that's being well spent. A novel study led by a Memorial University researcher who I met last night has revealed aging might not be inevitable. Now, I am so excited about this research. A science researcher found that fish do not age like mammals and birds. That's a research outcome I think we'll all like to learn more about. And finally, if you've ever questioned the value that Memorial brings to our beautiful province, listen to this. An economic impact report, independently done, released last year concluded that Memorial has an annual economic impact of $627 million. That's almost as much as agriculture, arts and entertainment, and seafood product manufacturing combined. So remember that number, $627 million we bring into the province. Team Memorial is doing amazing things, and now it's time to turn these graduates into alumni as permanent members of Team Memorial. And it's time to paraphrase our university motto, to launch you forth into the world. You know, convocations are special events in the life of a university because they celebrate and rededicate the university's primary responsibility, the success of you, our students. We celebrate not just the outcome from your journey over the past few years, but also our combined future as we welcome you to the Memorial family as alumni of your university. And it's a future, graduates, filled with hope. Don't look to see if the glass is half full or half empty. Figure out, how are you going to fill it? With hope and faith, you can make things happen. It's kind of like magic. Now first, with those who have earned a master's degree, please stand, or if you're unable to stand, just raise your hand. All of our master's graduates, please stand. To go on to do a second degree is a major undertaking. And through your unique paths of study, you pursued new avenues of thought, and you have gained new perspectives on the world. You are our leaders of tomorrow. Your perspectives will serve our communities well, because in the coming years, you will use your education, you will use your wisdom to accomplish wonderful things and to make a positive impact in the lives of others. And we need you more than ever today in our world, because we need more positive impacts. Thank you for choosing Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador for your university. Thank you, graduates. Will the graduates of the Faculty of Business please stand, or otherwise be acknowledged by waving? Remember, audience, we can hoot and holler too, right? We don't have to be solemn. This is a joyous occasion for us all. Graduates, you are a diverse group, but I know in the coming years that you will be united by one thing: your desire not just to be our business leaders, but also our community leaders who will play a role in addressing issues that we all are facing in society, like gender equity in the workplace, like our environmental challenges, like so many other issues. We need you, our future business leaders. We need people who value our communities and who show compassion for those around them. You are those leaders. Please use what you've learned to transform our society for the better. We're all going to be watching and hoping that all of you have an amazing career. Thank you for exploring and preparing to face today's challenging economic and societal issues. You will make a difference. Thank you, graduates. Now, before you sit down, and I'm going to ask the master students to stand up again, I think this is a good time to thank those who have supported you throughout the years that you've been studying at Memorial University. Many of you have family and friends here or family and friends watching online, and many have contributed financially, emotionally, and supported you in so many ways. I'm going to ask you to turn and face your family and friends and clap and show them your appreciation for all they've done for you. Thank you, graduates, and thank you for choosing Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador as your university. Graduates, you came to Memorial not knowing what the future would hold. You had a goal, maybe one that changed along the way. And that's what life is all about. I'm going to share with you a little story about how a plan I had changed along the way. Going to university as a first-generation university attendee, not knowing many people except my teachers who went to university, I showed up at university with every intention of becoming a veterinarian. I walked in and I met the academic advisor, and she said to me, "What do you love?" I said, "I love to read." And she said, "Then we're going to enroll you in the English department." And so I got a degree in English and psychology, and little did I know that that was not the pathway to being a veterinarian. However, I have no regrets, because when you get a surprise, a curve in the road, you may end up taking a new path. And any of you could be standing up here as a president of a university. Stay open to opportunities. Explore the endless possibilities in front of you. And know it's okay to take a left turn when you were thinking you were going to take a right. Albert Einstein once said, "Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow." The important thing is not to stop questioning. So graduates, keep curious, keep asking, and keep hoping. We all have our hopes on you. Thank you.
Great moment coming up. We will now proceed with the conferring of your degrees. And I can tell you, I am really looking forward to meeting each one of you, which we will do today right here on the corner of this table. And I have said to other classes coming through as well that this graduation for you is the summit of your accomplishments thus far in life. But it's also a threshold into your future and everything you will do and become and do for others. So it's a very special moment. I had a colleague here the other day, and we were out in the parking lot actually, and we were talking about how special this is for our graduates. And I have always, suggested that people can find a special thing to think about that they experience today, which they can keep forever. And her mom used to say to her, "You can't remember the day, but you do remember the moment. This is your moment." So when you come up to cross the stage, it's not a very long stage, I wouldn't say, but some people are motivated to get from point A to point B in the fastest possible time. I'm going to suggest that you might like to savor the time. Walk with purpose, because you're heading into your next life. And we are all here to support and congratulate you. And I wish all of you and all your family and friends could see your eyes. Not just because some people wore masks, but it has always struck me. You see, convocation has all of these people called together. That's what, from the Latin, to call people, to call together. But convocation happens one person at a time. You are that person. This is your day. So I'm really looking forward to this meeting of us. And you'll take the time and maybe observe, notice, feel something in that whole experience that you can return to, that's internal to your soul. You know you can watch your convocation for decades. You know your grandchildren can watch your convocation. God knows what they'll be watching it on. But yes, make a special thought for yourself today. It's as a gift to yourself. And to the audience, I invite each one of you to applaud for every graduate with gusto. And if a graduate has some special honor, well, you can, don't break the bulbs, but psh. And I'm going to move now into the place where I get to meet each one of you, the gateway to your new life.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate of the University, I present to you the candidates for the undergraduate degrees approved for this session of convocation. I have certified to the Senate that these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements pertaining to the degrees. I therefore request that you admit them thereto.
For the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honors Cooperative, Kevin Charles Castle.
Kevin Charles Castle is from St. John's.
Grace Chafe.
Grace Chafe is from Torbay.
Lauren Victoria Clark.
Lauren Victoria Clark is from Bay Roberts.
Jillian Ellen Cooper.
Jillian Ellen Cooper is from Comfort Cove, Newstead.
Susan Marie Cranford, winner of the Faculty of Business Administration Advisory Board BCom Co-op Award for Excellence.
Susan Marie Cranford is from Roach's Line.
Danielle Mary Donnelly.
Danielle Mary Donnelly is from Tours Cove.
Julia Marie Druken, winner of the Faculty of Business Administration Dean's Award.
Julia Marie Druken is from St. John's.
Leah Mackenzie Dunn.
Leah Mackenzie Dunn is from Conception Bay South.
Adam Troy Freeborn.
Adam Troy Freeborn is from Gander.
Noel William Goodridge.
Noel William Goodridge is from St. John's.
Monica Catherine Griffin.
Monica Catherine Griffin is from Carbonear.
Benjamin Joel Hoyles.
Benjamin Joel Hoyles is from Botwood.
Matthew Janes.
Matthew Janes is from Mount Pearl.
Stephen Paul Thomas Janes.
Stephen Paul Thomas Janes is from St. John's.
Emily Mary Ann Kelly.
Emily Mary Ann Kelly is from St. John's.
Nathan Peter King.
Nathan Peter King is from Corner Brook.
Cassidy Lewis.
Cassidy Lewis is from St. John's.
Matthew James McCarthy.
Matthew James McCarthy is from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's.
Sarah Catherine Moore.
Sarah Catherine Moore is from Grand Falls, Windsor.
Peter Jeffrey William Moyes.
Peter Jeffrey William Moyes is from Outer Cove.
Riley Albert Miles.
Riley Albert Miles is from Parker's Cove.
Alyssa Lynn Organ.
Alyssa Lynn Organ is from Beta Spirit.
Jesse Jeremiah Michael Organ.
Jesse Jeremiah Michael Organ is from St. Albans.
Muhammad Shabazz Raza.
Mohammad Shabazz Raza is from Karachi, Pakistan.
Columbus Tekudzwa Gayo.
Columbus Tekudzwa Gayo is from Harare, Zimbabwe.
William John Joseph Hickey, winner of the Faculty of Business Administration Dean's Award.
William John Joseph Hickey is from Outercote.
Marco Antonio Rezic Garcia, winner of the Advisory Board Chair's Leadership Award.
Marco Antonio Rezic Garcia is from Caracas, Venezuela.
Morgan Isabel Rose.
Morgan Isabel Rose is from St. John's.
Joshua David Rowe.
Joshua David Rowe is from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's.
Tara Shannon Scott.
Tara Shannon Scott is from Goulds.
Mohammed Omar Shamsi.
Mohammed Omar Shamsi is from Karachi, Pakistan.
Emily Victoria Sharp.
Emily Victoria Sharp is from Paradise.
Vandit Shori.
Vandit Shori is from Ludhiana, India.
Lauren Abigail Taylor.
Lauren Abigail Taylor is from St. John's.
Emma Kathleen Tucker.
Emma Kathleen Tucker is from St. John's.
Jillian Nicole Vokey, winner of the Faculty of Business Administration Dean's Award.
Jillian Nicole Vokey is from Glovertown.
Robert Victor Wheaton.
Robert Victor Wheaton is from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's.
Haley Suzanne Whiteway.
Haley Suzanne Whiteway is from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's.
Jillian Margaret Woodfine.
Jillian Margaret Woodfine is from Mount Pearl.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Cooperative. Michael Baird.
Michael Beard is from St. John's.
Haley Caroline Marie Bennett.
Haley Caroline Marie Bennett is from Paradise.
Trevor Kevin Blackler.
Trevor Kevin Blackler is from Conception Bay South.
Caitlin Marie Bugden.
Caitlin Marie Bogdan is from Torbay.
Kyle Albert Bursey.
Kyle Albert Bursey is from Mount Pearl.
Luke Stephen Casey.
Luke Stephen Casey is from St. Anthony.
Matthew Clark.
Matthew Clark is from Brigus.
Taylor Grace Collins.
Taylor Grace Collins is from St. John's.
Connor Christopher Corkum.
Connor Christopher Corkum is from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Nicholas Glenn Costello.
Nicholas Glenn Costello is from St. John's.
Aidan Riley Craig.
Aidan Riley Craig is from St. John's.
Laura Crane.
Laura Crane is from Conception Bay South.
Blake Charles Dalton.
Blake Charles Dalton is from Gould.
Alex Jesse Davila.
Alex Jesse Davila is from Mount Pearl.
Grace Daniel Diebel.
Grace Daniel Dibal is from Abuja, Nigeria.
Sarah Jessica Faulkner.
Sarah Jessica Faulkner is from Buena Vista.
Maria Fitzpatrick.
Maria Fitzpatrick is from St. John's.
Jamie Carolyn Tucker.
Jamie Carolyn Tucker is from Paradise.
Harrison LeDrew Pritchard.
Harrison LeDrew Pritchard is from St. John's.
Kevin Robert Doyle.
Kevin Robert Doyle is from Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia.
Nicholas Patrick Kelly.
Nicholas Patrick Kelly is from St. John's.
Malik Shukuru Kawambwa.
Malik Shakuru Kawambwa is from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Hannah Georgina Flynn.
Hannah Georgina Flynn is from Harbor, Maine.
Megan Lindsay Glover.
Megan Lindsay Glover is from Victoria.
Spencer Alexander Groves.
Spencer Alexander Groves is from St. John's.
Jennifer Rose Harnum.
Jennifer Rose Harnum is from St. John's.
Dakota Joseph Colton Hayden.
Dakota Joseph Colton Hayden is from St. John's.
Megan Brianne Hobbs.
Megan Brianne Hobbs is from St. John's.
Nicole Kayla Hoskins.
Nicole Kayla Hoskins is from Middletown.
Emily Barbara Howell.
Emily Barbara Howell is from Paradise.
Connor Winston Roy Hines.
Connor Winston Roy Hines is from St. John's.
Tanner Darrell Kenny.
Tanner Darrell Kenny is from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Natasha Colleen Knight.
Natasha Colleen Knight is from St. John's.
Benjamin Wade Mercer.
Benjamin Wade Mercer is from St. John's.
Caroline Elizabeth Murphy.
Caroline Elizabeth Murphy is from Torsco.
Mary Ella Murphy.
Mary Ella Murphy is from Gander.
William James Neville.
William James Neville is from Jerseyside.
Nathan Alexander James O'Brien.
Nathan Alexander James O'Brien is from Bay Bulls.
Kieran Anthony Felix O'Driscoll.
Kieran Anthony Felix O'Driscoll is from Bay Bulls.
Jerry Sidney O'Toole.
Jerry Sidney O'Toole is from Paradise.
Mark James Oak.
Mark James Oak is from St. John's.
Kate Virginia Peddle.
Kate Virginia Peddle is from Outer Cove.
Liam Craig Piercy.
Liam Craig Piercy is from Conception Bay South.
Jessica Anita Power.
Jessica Anita Power is from Tours Cove.
Natasha Darlene Ann Power.
Natasha Darlene Ann Power is from Torbay.
Nathan Francis Quinlan.
Nathan Francis Quinlan is from Conception Bay South.
Lydia Jean Reed.
Lydia Jean Reed is from Conception Bay South.
Cameron Jamie Bennett Rice.
Cameron Jamie Bennett Rice is from Herring Neck.
Jonathan James Andrew Russell.
Jonathan James Andrew Russell is from St. John's.
Connor John Savage.
Connor John Savage is from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
Noah Thomas Shepard.
Noah Thomas Shepard is from Conception Bay South.
Mark Edward Stack.
Mark Edward Stack is from Petty Harbor, Maddox Cove.
Shaylin Kendra Stamp.
Shaylin Kendra Stamp is from Flat Rock.
Victoria Ann Stapleton.
Victoria Ann Stapleton is from Marystown.
Philip Devereaux Sullivan.
Philip Devereaux Sullivan is from St. John's.
Eli Harold Tiller.
Eli Harold Tiller is from St. John's.
Beth Nicole Tremblett.
Beth Nicole Tremblett is from St. John's.
Samantha Kimberly Tucker.
Samantha Kimberly Tucker is from Grand Falls, Windsor.
Christian Kevin Walsh.
Christian Kevin Walsh is from Burnt Cove.
Sarah Irene Walsh.
Sarah Irene Walsh is from Bay Bulls.
Christian Edward White.
Christian Edward White is from Conception Bay South.
Carrie Michelle White.
Carrie Michelle White is from St. Mary's.
Molly Yajing Wilson.
Molly Yajing Wilson is from St. John's.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate of the University, I present to you the candidates for the graduate degrees approved for this session of convocation. I have certified to the Senate that these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements pertaining to the degrees. I therefore request that you admit them thereto.
On the authority of the Senate, I, as Chancellor, will now admit the candidates to these degrees and confer upon them all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which belong thereto. I call upon them on the hearing of their name to present themselves before me in the hood appropriate to the degree.
For the degree of Master of Applied Science, Suman Ahmed.
Suman Ahmed is from St. John's.
Dasho Anubhav.
Dasho Anubhav is from Delhi, India.
Mohammed Mahdi Galeb Balbaki.
Mohammed Mahdi Galeb Balbaki is from St. John's.
Rami Ahmed Salaheldin Mohammed Anwar Al-Saraf.
Rami Ahmed Salahuddin Mohammed Anwar Al-Saraf is from Alexandria, Egypt.
Mustafa Mohammed Ashraf Mustafa Mohammed Irfan. Runzi Li.
Runzi Li is from Harbin City, China.
Rohan Manan.
Rohan Manan is from St. John's.
Erwin Fabian Omana Garcia.
Erwin Fabian Omana Garcia is from Bucaramanga, Colombia.
Ningxing Sun.
Ningjing Sun is from St. John's.
Innocent Kwabena Wells.
Innocent Kwabena Wells is from St. John's.
Teja Ariani Young.
Tasia Ariani Young is from Ladyville, Belize.
Syed Ali Nasir Zaidi.
Syed Ali Nazir Zaidi is from Karachi, Pakistan.
Murshad Ahmadi Falarajani. Hemui Zhao.
Hemui Zhao is from
Sorry.
You. This gentleman said to me, it was just like I dreamed it. You want to say that yourself? This gentleman.
It was my first convocation, and I'm really proud of it.
Hemui Zhao.
Hemui Zhao is from Jinan, China.
And those who have been proved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Applied Statistics, Sylvia Akama.
Sylvia Akma is from Accra, Ghana.
For the degree of Master of Employment Relations, Rahil Ahmed.
Rahil Ahmed is from St. John's.
Amanda Jenny Brace.
Amanda Jenny Brace is from Mount Pearl.
Kayla Claudine Hines, winner of the Master of Employment Relations Award for Academic Excellence.
Kayla Claudine Hines is from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's.
Jeffrey Tyler McRoberts.
Jeffrey Tyler McRoberts is from St. John's.
Amber Marie McCarthy.
Amber Marie McCarthy is from Colliers.
Grant Robert Thompson.
Grant Robert Thompson is from St. John's.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Environmental Science, Chelsea Jean Mullaney.
Chelsea Jean Mullaney is from Maddox Cove.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Health Ethics, Danielle Ellen Pinn.
Danielle Ellen Pinn is from St. John's.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Maritime Management, Cindy Sandra Abissa.
Cindy Sandra Abissa is from St. John's.
Troy Gordon Nolan.
Troy Gordon Nolan is from Mount Pearl.
Stephen Shepard.
Stephen Shepard is from Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Adam James Stanley.
Adam James Stanley is from St. John's.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Marine Studies, Michaela Joanne Aboud. Lisa Bonia Hayes.
Lisa Bonia Hayes is from Flat Rock.
Noah Jacob Chansey.
Noah Jacob Chansey is from St. John's.
Lindsay Mariah Parsons.
Lindsay Mariah Parsons is from St. John's.
Anna Jean Tilley.
Anna Jean Tilley is from Bay Roberts.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Applied Ocean Technology, candidates in absentia.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Occupational Health and Safety, Chigozie Chibuzu Nusu.
Chikozi Chibuzu Nusu is from Akokwa, Nigeria.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia. This has been really difficult to do, but she did it with 4 kids.
For the degree of Master of Public Health, Anita Mary Forward.
Anita Mary Forward is from St. John's.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Science in Boreal Ecosystems and Agricultural Sciences, Abraham Armah.
Abraham Armah is from Bonnier, Ghana.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Science in Fisheries Science, candidates in absentia.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Science in Management, Mitchell Jonathan Joyce.
Mitchell Jonathan Joyce is from Petty Harbor Medics Cove.
Dawn Olivia Murphy.
Dawn Olivia Murphy is from St. John's.
Ashmeen Kaur Sran.
Ashmeen Kaur Shran is from Gurdaspur, India.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Science in Medicine, Jacob Lawrence Canning.
Jacob Lawrence Canning is from St. John's.
Tristan Nicholas Robert Hissen Yi Critch.
Tristan Nicholas Robert Hisan Yi Critch is from Cavendish.
Kimberly Ann Dooley Adams.
Kimberly Ann Dooley Adams is from Mount Pearl.
Say? Would you say it?
I said the end of this has begun, but also the beginning.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Science in Pharmacy, Sunisha Ariel.
Sunisha Ariel is from Lalitpur, Nepal.
Martine Sayamone Tati Padu.
Martine Saimone Tati Padu is from Pointe Noire, Congo.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Social Work, Sharon Denise Coffin.
Sharon Denise Coffin is from New Harbor.
And my mom's here.
Ashley Heather Kernew. Samantha Teresa Holohan.
Samantha Teresa Holohan is from Paradise.
Megan Frances Lockyer. Jonah Osei Tutu.
Jonah Osei Tutu is from Kumasi, Ghana.
And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Master of Technology Management, Coralie Crowley.
Coralie Crowley is from Chapels Cove.
Glenn Douglas Shields.
Glenn Douglas Shields is from Hamilton, Ontario.
Catherine Louise Welsh.
Catherine Louise Welsh is from St. John's.
Julia Amanda McGraw. Craig Lewis Head. Craig Lewis Head. Elizabeth Lillian Sims. And those who have been approved by Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia. We are fortunate today to have a musical performance by a student in Memorial School of Music. David Egiguren came to us from Ecuador, and he is a student in the Bachelor of Music program. He's just finished his first year. And I want to tell you something about David. He was 15 years old when he first started to play the piano. And at 18, he's accepted in the School of Music, which has such a high bar. It's almost impossible for anybody to learn that much and that much technique in that time. And then, yes, absolutely. I don't know if can he hear you yet? Yeah. It really is astonishing. And I said, how did you come to study at Memorial? He said, I found you online. So we're very lucky David has come to us. Today he's going to perform Reír Lloras by composer Carlos Amabile Ortiz, and it means laugh and cry. No crying today. Thank God he looked online. We shall now proceed to the conferring of the degree honoris causa.
For the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa, Iris Gay Petton.
In adopting the motto Provehito in Altum, launch forth into the deep, Memorial University has set itself up as an ocean-going vessel and our students as mariners embarking on the great and challenging voyage that is life. Now, neither literally nor figuratively do we cruise the temperate charms of the Gulf Stream while on this journey, but rather we are faced with the unpredictable brunt of the North Atlantic. Sometimes, even frequently, fair weather is elusive and the waters are treacherous. I need not remind Captain Timmins and any of her crew assembled here that it is not always smooth sailing. We may think of the university's Board of Regents as a kind of pilot boat whose task it is to steer this leviathan of an institution towards prosperity and safe harbor. The chair of the board, or the pilot in our analogy, must navigate between the riptides of academic administration and the mighty tempests of government rolling down the hill. Our pilot requires exceptional tactical skill to avoid nautical disaster. As chair of our board, Iris Petton maneuvered us expertly, maintained, shall we say, an even keel between the devil and the deep blue sea for a remarkable 3 terms, the third by special request of the Premier and the Regent's ad hoc Ditty Committee, who wrote an ode to Iris to persuade her to stay. Grounded in her belief that Memorial plays a vital role in the future of this province, her legacy of leadership includes the fostering of innovative infrastructure, numerous new research centers, and the appointment of Memorial's first female president and vice chancellor. Iris comes by her problem-solving skills naturally. The eldest child of 6 in a family of fishers going back generations, Iris was lovingly raised by Vern and Shirley Petton in Hibbs Cove on the Portagrave Peninsula with the values of kindness, faith, community, and above all else, hard work. Portagrave has always been a uniquely prosperous community because families like the Pettons were able to adapt from fishing cod to capelin to mackerel to crab. Creative and entrepreneurial, they made the most of whatever resources were at hand, evolving into boat building and fish processing and more recently heritage tourism. Still, there was no escaping the reality of the Newfoundland fisheries' ebbs and flows, that those involved must roll with great swells of abundance and deep troughs of scarcity. Even successful fisher families were surviving one season at a time, so a great many chores were embedded in rural life on the coast. Doing what needs to be done was a part of one's identity and a point of pride. Iris clearly internalized her family's determination, resilience, formidable work ethic, and entrepreneurial mindset. Whether gutting fish on the wharf in the summers, or readying gear in the twine shed with her grandfather after school, or selling her family's catch door to door, she dreamt of owning her own boat, of having her own license. She went against the current to become the first in her family to attend university, graduating from Memorial in 1984 with a BA in Economic Geography and Business, and in 1997 with a Bachelor of Vocational Education. But this is not a story of escape from one's humble origins for the shiny world of corporate success. Instead, Iris could see that there were opportunities back home and in the life she knew, and she has been adept at reeling those opportunities in. When she was laid off from her position as a financial analyst with Fishery Products International, or FPI, by the collapse of the cod fishery, she had to plot a new course. She was a driving force behind the harvester-owned processing cooperative, Grand Atlantic Seafoods, and then with her partner in business and in life, industry icon Chess Penny, she formed Ocean Choice International. OCI has grown into a global leader and innovator in seafood sustainability, a thriving company that, in a sweet moment of kismet, bought out the assets of FPI. Iris has shown exceptional versatility in her professional life as an executive, corporate director, and consultant. Equally committed to serving community, she has been a dedicated volunteer with a wide range of organizations, including Easter Seals, the Canadian Armed Forces, the Portagrave Peninsula Heritage Society, and most recently, the Premier's Economic Recovery Team. Chancellor, you may have heard tell of an often overlooked figure in the Greek pantheon, swift-footed Iris, goddess of the sea and sky, and messenger of the gods. Her visible form is the arc of the rainbow, refracting light into an array of color that bridges the divine and human realms, transmits messages between them, and after a storm, offers a hopeful sign of better times to come. Like her celestial namesake, Iris is a communicator and a bridge builder, and with her she brings calm and sunny skies. For an intrepid career as an entrepreneur and executive navigating the rocky waters of the Newfoundland fishery, and for her steady hand at the helm of Memorial's Board of Regents, it is my privilege to present to you for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, our own goddess of the rainbow, Iris Gay Petton.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Iris Gay Petton was born and raised in Portagrave, Newfoundland and Labrador. As an entrepreneur, a corporate executive, and a community volunteer, Ms. Petton has remained true to her roots in rural Newfoundland and its lifeblood, the fishery, while taking a special interest in promoting and supporting women in leadership positions. Ms. Petton was the first member of her family to attend Memorial University, receiving a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Vocational Education. She began her career in the fishing industry with Fishery Products International as a financial analyst and then as a trawler department manager. In 1992, when the historic ground fishery collapsed, Ms. Petton suddenly found herself out of work along with thousands of others. Rather than leave the industry, she took a position with the Marine Institute, delivering community-based vocational training programs.
Dr. Pettin, may I please call upon you to address convocation.
I'm going to have to get used to that address. Chancellor, Chair of the Board of Regents, President, governmental members, members of the Board of Regents, Mr. Justices, members of the Senate and faculty, members of the graduating class, distinguished guests. First, I want to offer my sincere congratulations to all of the graduates and to say that I am extremely honored to join you in celebrating this special occasion for you and your families. In addressing convocation this morning, I have two simple messages I want to share with you. My first message is, be proud of your roots and community. People recognize and are drawn to authenticity. Be your own navigator and stay true to your traditions, values, and beliefs. Get to know the shoals, reefs, and rocks. Stand in your own truth and always maintain integrity. My second message is be ready to embrace change. People respect curiosity and a willingness to learn new ideas, even in traditional industries. I have found that people will mentor you if you are willing to ask for a helping hand. At first, these messages may seem contradictory, but I think my background and my path to embracing change demonstrate how these two messages can align and foster success. In terms of my background, I know you've heard some of it already, but from my perspective, I was born in Ips Cove on the Portagrave Peninsula. It's about an hour's drive from St. John's in Conception Bay. You probably know it today as the place where the large fleet of fishing boats light up their harbor during the Christmas season. As you can hear from my voice, we also have a very unique accent, which some of you may recognize from listening to John Efford, a passionate politician and lifelong resident and friend of Portagrave, who passed away this past January. We are a close-knit, unique, and in many ways, a very traditional community. In terms of economic traditions, Portagrave is one of the oldest fishing communities in Newfoundland and Labrador, and therefore in all North America. In 1698 census of Newfoundland, nearly 200 of the 3,000 settlers who lived on the island year-round lived in Portagrave. The fishery was and is the lifeblood of the community. With all of its history in the fishery, however, the current success of Portagrave lies in being able to anticipate and adapt to change. Let me explain. First, following centuries of catching and drying salt codfish for sale overseas, after Confederation, Portagrave turned to supplying a new market for fresh codfish. In 1950, my grandfather, Henry Penton, purchased the first truck to transport fresh codfish to Arbor Grace for processing. The 1950s saw the development and use of the Portagrave longliner, which first appeared in 1956. A fresh fish plant opened in 1962, and then the community transitioned to a multi-species fishery with the opening of a crab processing plant in 1975, where I worked as a young woman. By the 1990s, Portagrave's newly developed harbour was home to one of the province's major fleets of multi-purpose fishing vessels. Today, crab is queen. Portagrave's willingness to embrace change is something that I witnessed in my own family. My father, Vern Petton, who is here today, with my mother, Shirley Petton, and his brothers were all fishers. I watched my dad as he built many longliners to fish all around Newfoundland and Labrador for every species available in our waters. Not to be outdone by hard work and tenacity, at the age of 12, my mother, Shirley, traveled with her family to pursue the Labrador fishery and do her share of work by cooking for a crew. Two of my brothers and their sons carry on the harvesting tradition today, often fishing outside 200 miles for crab. My son, who has chosen the life at sea and left last evening to sail to the fishing grounds, sometimes that life means missing special occasions, but then that also means more time with your family when you're off. And it also means that no matter what you've chosen in your career, particularly when I know a number of you today will be leaving or fishing or being at sea, it can live in this province. Critically, this economic change and growth led to wider changes in the community. Formal education became increasingly attainable. By the end of the first decade of Confederation, more young people were staying in school to graduation and going to post-secondary institutions. I have been shown in the papers of the university that Premier Smallwood gave an address to the Regents, Senate, faculty, and students on October the 5th, 1965, in which he talked about the growth and changes in education in Newfoundland since Confederation. He told those assembled that day that the greatest investment made in the province was in the increased spending on education, with 12 magnificent vocational schools, the College of Fisheries, and the birth of the university. That is why I am standing here today. I started university in 1980 after finishing high school 5 years earlier. I announced to my mom and dad that I was going to university. For my parents, university had been an inaccessible dream, and realistically, it was out of reach for many people of their generation. But it became accessible to me and to so many more like me. I couldn't know then where my university education would take me. But it turned out that opportunity was in my own backyard, in an industry I knew well. I started my career with Fishery Products International and moved into the trawler division when the company's fleet, consisting of 60 offshore vessels, and the cod moratorium hit in 1992, I saw fishermen and women who had based their lives and families on working in our traditional fishery, now having to learn new skills. So many moved on to new industries, to new towns, and out west. But before long, new fisheries and opportunities started to emerge. In 1996, I organized a group of fishers in a form of cooperative. We created Grand Atlantic Seafoods, which was successful in obtaining a crab processing license. In 2000, that company amalgamated into Ocean Choice International. And talk about life coming full circle. Ocean Choice ended up buying the assets of Fishery Products International, and today is operating a dynamic global fishing enterprise. This leads me to my second message: be open to embrace change. Through the wider world you have been exposed to in your memorial education, if you work hard and you are willing to ask questions, people will be willing to mentor and help you. And so I stayed connected to the Marine Institute. I made time for professional development, and I agreed to sit on some corporate and volunteer boards. Along that path, I have learned some of the best life lessons and received far more than I ever gave. Like the value of mentorship, I've had different mentors along the way that have helped me, including business partners, teachers, and fellow board members. I am delighted to be standing here today in the same robe that my husband and greatest mentor, Ches Penny, wore on the day he received an honorary doctorate from this university. I asked questions, and what I learned was that the people who would help me were those who saw that what I lacked in knowledge, I made up for in determination. I learned to appreciate how they pushed me beyond my comfort zone. And when they pushed me hard and they expected me to learn more, to live up to the job at hand, I grew as a person. The best lessons I learned came from reaching beyond what I knew and avoiding staying with what I was comfortable with. In every business transaction or on every board, I've learned there were people who were willing to answer my questions. I knew they were good at what they did, but I had to ask first. I have enjoyed my 3 terms, consisting of 9 years as chair of the Board of Regents of this wonderful university, with its unique focus on a vision that takes into consideration every aspect of our province. One of the highlights of my time on the board was the installation of our first woman chancellor, Dr. Dyer Knight. It has been a pleasure to work and learn from you. I know you are very passionate about the university and its place in the province. Dr. Timmins became our first woman president and started her leadership during the pandemic as the university faced the unprecedented challenge of moving to online learning. After 2 years at the helm, she will officially be installed on Friday. I will leave my role at this institution proud to have learned that a number of former Memorial University presidents are descendants of the original settlers of Portagrave. Our community can claim as part of its history the families of Dr. Moses Morgan, Dr. Leslie Harris, Dr. Art May, and the first president of the Marine Institute, Dr. Hampton. The torch has been passed. I want to conclude, now as I begin, graduates, by wishing you my sincere congratulations and every success in the future. I will leave you with the quote from Mother Teresa: "Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is not yet come. We have only today." As you ponder those words, remember to be yourselves, but always be open to the wider world you have had a glimpse of in your time in this wonderful institution. Anchors away.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pettin. We've been blessed in this institution, and by virtue of this institution, not only the whole place of Newfoundland and Labrador, but well beyond it, plus all you wonderful folks who come here from other countries to study with us. We have been blessed by having your guidance and inspiration for nearly a decade. And in all that time, every time I was in a meeting with you, it was never a time I didn't learn something. And the inspiration to go forward, even when you're unsure, to seek help, all of those things are possible for you. So it's with great joy that we have done this with you today. And one of you will be up here one of these days. Mightn't seem possible, but anything is possible. And it has been a real privilege to have the chance to meet each one of you today, to see your faces, to feel your energy, and to know that many of you have folks out there who are so proud, who've known you all your life. And I'm a mom and a grandmother, and it moves me to see you there and to know your promise. And you promise that you will make that promise be the case. You were here for a varying amount of times in your studies, but there was not a day when you didn't contribute your life, your spirit, your knowledge to this institution. When you leave, you're still here because of what you contributed. And we are a community here. We are a circle in this place. And that is encouraged by generosity, by curiosity, by all of those things. But it is that personal essence of your intellect and your spirit that it's not only the coursework that you've learned from each other. Not only stuff, but you've learned to hope. You've learned to get through the worst of times. And that is so important, all of those values, as you move out into the world to enrich the world. You are alumna and alumni of Memorial University today. And that means you belong. I hope you always felt you belonged in the time you were here. So important to feel that you belong. And you will belong to Memorial long after today. And I hope if you are not in this place, that you stay in touch with us, because you were a gift to us. You didn't have to come to this university. You chose it, and that enriched it hugely. So I'll join Dr. Petton and Dr. Timmons and everybody up here for sure, and I know out there, in congratulating you on this graduation and convocation today. So we have come to the end of this part of your convocation. I know you are heading into other lovely things today with family and friends, and I hope you enjoy it to the hilt. But this part is finishing now, and the way we finish it is by singing together the Ode to Newfoundland, just the first and last verses. Now, if I had my way, you'd sing every verse. But the first and last verses, and they are in the inside of your program. And if you're taking this program home with you, just read verses 2 and 3. They are remarkable. And they connect to today very much. So again, thank you for gifting us with your presence and with your accomplishment and with your promise. And I'd ask you just one little thing, and that is, would you stay in place until the procession has left the room? And then have a wonderful day.
Grenfell Campus's Center for Research on Innovation is about to open. Located in a former Corner Brook pulp and paper building, the center aims to support economic growth through innovation, research, and training. Memorial students will be able to choose among new Master of Applied Science in Software Engineering, Master of Artificial Intelligence, and Master of Data Science degree programs in the fall of 2022. The programs will provide highly skilled graduate-level professionals to meet a growing demand across technology sectors in Newfoundland and Labrador. Memorial University held the official opening of the spectacular Core Science Facility in November 2021. It is a sophisticated research and teaching building that is also home to a magnificent blue whale skeleton stretching more than 25 meters through the west atrium of the building.
you.